Lord and our saints, my Lord and I, we gonna walk together, my Lord and I, my Lord and I, my Lord and I, we gonna walk together, my Lord and I, we gonna walk together. What's up, CDP? My Lord and I. Oh Lord, let me go get my coffee. I think I'm gonna get a breakfast burrito. I don't want any McMuffin today. That's get a little burrito today. But anyway, I hope you all are doing well. Good morning to the 10 that are in. Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's up, coffee beans? Happy Super Bowl Sunday. You're right about that. Yes, Lord. Super Bowl Sunday. You know I'm gonna be there for that halftime show. So yeah, who's doing halftime this year? I don't even know who's doing halftime this year. What's up, Love Blake? Who else is here? Who's doing halftime? Anybody know who's doing halftime? I don't even know who's doing halftime this year. But anyway, you all, I am up this morning. I'm going to get breakfast and then go on to service. That's about it. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Kendrick Lamar. Okay, that's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be interesting. So hey, Miss Philadelphia. That's gonna be interesting. It's not an artist that I know really well, so we'll see. We will see. Miss Philadelphia, baby, your girl is just so much. She's just so much, Miss Philadelphia. I couldn't even get a word in edgewise last night. I was too tired to argue with people. People just don't get it. And the people in the audience was like, could you just drop her? But you sometimes you gotta let people see it. I don't know. Beyonce, um, Hershey. And I like Hershey, but anytime Hershey feels slighted, she feels like she needs to go full rah-rah on people. And I'm like, baby, one size doesn't fit all. Some people you might have to go rah-rah on, and some people you like, okay, I'm gonna give you a little light. Very patient last night. And sometimes you have to be until you can't be patient anymore. I don't know who's blocking her, to be honest. And I don't go in and unblock. So, unless you send me your email address, not email address, but your YouTube link, child, you may not get unblocked. You got to give me a YouTube link. I don't go in there and be doing all of that stuff. But anyway, it is what it is, boo. So yeah, Ness came on last night and she was right. I give people props when they write, and Ness is right. The content is not contenting, and it is like, is that all they're talking about, or is that all they're doing? So and I said earlier, I might just be out of the beef sector soon, because what they're doing is not really worth your while. You look at people, they don't talk about anything, and then when they get to something interesting, it's like, okay, but this feels subpar compared to old beef sector stuff. It's kind of subpar. But hey, to each his or her own, and it is what it is. It is what it is. But the biggest thing is seeing YouTube, especially the beef sector, but for what it is. If you take this as serious, if you take this as something is wrong, and I think there's a lot wrong with people because it's really not that serious. Some people it is, it's not. Like I said, I do my show, I leave. It's unfortunate that you can't even do that anymore without people doing all kind of stuff. But it's not on me, it's on them. And at the end of the day, when you know who you are, when you know what you do, it is what it is. How was I set up yesterday? How was I set up yesterday? I was set up yesterday. How was I set up? How was I set up yesterday? Y'all say I was set up. How was I set up? How was I set up? What's up, Sar? Child, okay, but honey, it's entertainment. It's entertainment. And I didn't have a problem clicking the link. I didn't hear everything was said, but I'm not triggered. It is what it is. It's a show. And like Martin Luther King said, you don't know me. And you keep on moving. It's not a setup. You got to be bothered for it to be a setup. And honey, I'm really not bothered. It's a show. It's a show. And every once in a while, you make a guest appearance and you do what you need to do and you move on. So, yeah, it's not a setup. But hey, everybody thinks the way they want to. Everybody does what they want to. There are no friends on YouTube, period. And you just do what you need to do. Y'all should know that. I mean, I really mean that. So, mm, okay, okay. Well, it is what it is. So anyway, um, it is what it is. It is what it is. I just know how people are, and I really go on my gut instinct. I do know that there are people, and that's their whole goal and their whole modus operandi to have certain things happen, but it's all good. And in time, in time, in time. Zara, I don't know if he has PayPal. I just know he has Cash App. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Child, no friends on YouTube, not one. But like I told you all when we had that situation with this heat, I don't censor people. And I'm sorry. And you know what? You don't have to either. Because I mean, really, I'm not going to ask you to do something that I wouldn't do, but I don't censor people. So it is what it is. If they was talking about me and so what, it is what it is. People on YouTube in the beef sector talk about folk. They do. They do. And like I said, it is what it is. You get to a point and you'll do what you need to do. So anyway, but don't you think that there are powers working behind the scene? And that's why I was telling Ness, I'm like, you the last person to come over here and tell me anything about Treasure Lane, especially when you're sitting up there fighting with them and you can say whatever you want to, but I know your words. I know your words. And you act all innocent and like you like folk and stuff, and you may, but I know your words. And people want you to fight with folk that they don't like. I know that. I know that. And sometimes you got to look at the bigger picture and what the bigger picture is and what people really want. And like I said, I'm good. I'm good for now. I'm good for now. Let me say this, you all. Either you like Jay or you don't. It's all good. I am not moved by who likes me or who does not. I have been in situations where I know that people hated my guts because I was their supervisor or something. And you get to know these things. Nobody is moved. But see, this is the thing. It's entertainment for me. It's not real life. It's not real life. I don't know these people personally. I don't hang with them. So it's not that serious. But keep it coming. Keep it coming. What's up, Rodney? How you doing? Now, I'm real chill right now. I am up and yeah. Shazar, and I think that's the thing, when you're not trying to live to be validated by folk, you really don't care. You really don't. And then everybody's not going to be treated the same. You know what I'm saying? I handle different people different ways. And I think that's the problem with some people. They don't have a long-term strategy. Everything is reactive, is short, is quick. You know, you say this, I'm gonna do this. And no, 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 no. I'm not like that. I'm not like that at all. So it's all good. It is all good. So if somebody don't like me, so what? This is why I don't allow people to come tell me what XYZ said because I'm quite capable of finding out that information on my own, and I really don't need that. And so that's my thing. I got issues with people who do that. So, but anyway, hold on for a minute, y'all. Let me get my little food. Well, coffee bean, I don't know if people are jealous or not. I try not to use that word because it's so overused. But people have agendas, and it's all good. People have them. It's all good. And hey, no but what? You win some, you lose some, you keep on moving. I'm up here for my entertainment purposes. This gets me through as I'm driving to my different destinations. And so that's what I do. Hold on for a minute, you all. Very much so, Zara. Okay, y'all, I'm back. Hi, how are you doing? I'm doing well, thank you. Have a great day. All right, bye bye. Anyway, you all, I'm back. Look. Bottom line is, I'm not moved, bothered. People saying folk piling up on your child, let them pile. I mean, it's relevancy. People still know who you are, and people talk, and it's all good. I mean, no big whoop. I mean, I think the subscribers are more concerned than some of the content creators. What's up, Rodney?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Um, what happened? Did somebody attack you again?
Wait, Rodney, hold on for a minute. Give me a minute. I'm gonna come back in because now I can't hear you. Hold on. Rodney, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I
Can
can
you hear
hear you.
me?
Can you hear me? Yeah, I can. What's up?
Oh, I didn't. Let me let you finish your commentary. I was just coming
Oh
up
no
to
no
see
no no no
what
no no
happened.
no. Go on. I'm good. I'm finished.
Oh, okay. What happened? Did somebody attack you again last night? I mean,
You know what?
earlier. What?
I went on Billet Boy's platform, and a lot of people think it was a setup because of the title.
Oh, that situation.
And
Okay.
my thing is, I'm telling people, first of all, I'm not triggered by that, but I'm gonna say it again. When you say that your gayness is demonic, I'm going to speak on it. And I don't care if it's your personal situation. At the end of the day, you're saying that because you're gay and your gayness is demonic, and that's just my thing. No. It's everybody's thing. So it's saying that Rodney is demonic. It's saying all the people are demonic because you happen to be gay and you don't like it. And my thing is, if that's your point, that's your point. But then I'm going to have my viewpoint as well, and we can agree to disagree. But I'm not backing down from it, and I'm not triggered. And each time somebody says that, I mean, especially him, I'm going to combat it. That's your situation. But like I said, maybe some of the things that were said to you and how people made you feel, maybe that's demonic. But you being gay ain't demonic. So that's my
Chad,
thought.
Chad, you and Brian always going back and forth.
No,
Yeah, I
no, no, no.
saw.
It ain't Brian. It's anybody. It's anybody. I
Oh,
don't care who it is. I mean, my thing is, I don't really take this seriously, but
uh huh.
I will address it. And
Right.
so I don't care who it is. So it's not Brian. It's anybody. And like I said, on my platform, you can do whatever you want on yours, but you're not gonna act crazy on mine. And that's the bottom line. So
Oh,
people
okay.
thought it was a setup, and I'm like, "Child, ain't no setup," but I'm just telling you how I feel and what I'm going to do. And if you don't want that, then don't talk about it. At least not on my platform or in my presence, because I will address it. That's all. That's it. That's all.
Well, I found out about Treasures Lane's live. Ness did a short live, and so I went over there to see what was going on. And so, and I did was watching the replay, and you, Brian, and and some more people was up there. I think Nubiology and she was up there as well. So and it was just the usual thing. You and Brian going back and forth. Then the people down in the chat was well, baby, they was giving you the business, Jay Wilson. I got to admit
As
that.
usual, as usual. I don't read the chat. So whether they
Right.
give me the business, but it's all good. Go ahead.
But yeah, I was just watching. I was just like, Chad, yeah, it was a pretty good live. Yeah, I saw all that. I was just like, Chad. But yeah, but Chad, you and Brian, I guess y'all got like a love hate relationship, I guess, because
Go ahead. Well, I don't know if Rodney dropped off or not. Yeah, I guess he did. Let me say this. What I saw was somebody trying to make a trans issue a big thing, and they got bigger fish to fry in their own life. Some trans person trying to run track, you know, is not, I mean, it's not a big whoop to me. Not maybe a big whoop to somebody else, but it's not a big whoop to me. And at the end of the day, it's only so few and so many trans athletes. And like I said, in that situation, I really can't speak on it because I really haven't read up, and I'm not going to say, oh, yeah, that's wrong. There are a lot of things. I'm thinking, well, maybe they should have a special uh, group, but then wouldn't it alienate them if they did? There are a lot of things. There are a lot of things. So, anyway, so I haven't really given an opinion on it. But then there are bigger fish to fry. So you're worried about these trans people, but you're not really too sure that you want to be gay. So that's a big issue. And I know people was tearing me up. Um, Somebody even sent me a screenshot of somebody said I have a crush on Brian and Shabba. No, not the case. But yeah, we just found out there's bigger fish to fry. And what I will say is we're so concerned about trans this and trans this, but yet we're struggling with our sexuality to say, hey, I'm gay or what have you. That's a bigger issue. So it is what it is. So anyway, let me say this. I'm not upset with anybody. I'm not angry with anybody. I know everybody doesn't like my stance, and that's fine. They don't like how I deal with some things, that's fine. But my thing is, you know, we use people and light hot topic lightning issues to really distance our situations. And I just think it's something else. So it's a lot. It's very complicated. But like I said, sometimes we're our own worst enemies in our own groups. You know, if somebody is trans, let them live their life. Let them live their life the way they live it. And my thing is, even if I'm religious and my dogma may not um, um, embrace someone's life choices, that's none of my business. Let them live how they want to live. And I feel the same way. I'm not mad because you want to be straight or want to have kids and stuff, but my thing is go ahead and do it. And it's not even rushing you, but it's my thing. People don't want to get therapy, people don't want to do XYZ, but they'll come on YouTube and tell everybody their business. And then when people comment on it, then they have a problem. So I'm not stressing out over these people. People do what they
Sorry about
want.
that, Jay Wilson. I
That's
had a
okay.
phone call.
Yeah,
But
that's
go
okay.
ahead.
People do what they want to do. People share what they want to share, and when they share it, obviously they want a reaction to it. If not, they wouldn't share it in the first place. I mean, those are my thoughts. So go ahead, Rodney.
No, I was just saying, child, y'all, it's like y'all got this love hate relationship. Y'all always going back and forth. Brian get mad, go to his platform, cuss you out, and then be right back the next day. It's just like y'all got this love hate relationship for each other. So that's all I gotta say on that.
It's good for
So
business. It's good for business because people are gonna come and see the craziness.
right,
Mhm. Mhm.
child.
I mean, because
So
personally, I don't know that man personally. I don't, So, but he comes back. Like I told him, I said, don't click the link. I said, go to bed. Seemed like you cranky and child. What he do? He clicked the link. I'm like, okay, I told you not to click it.
mm,
But anyway, it is what it is. I think he was punishing you yesterday for it. Was Zara? I'm always punished. And then the thing is, this is the thing. This is the thing. He's not a fan of Spill It Boy either. He's not a fan of Treasure Lane either. But I'm gonna go over there because if I can do XYZ, then I'm good. So I see what happens. I see what goes on, and this is why I don't take it personally.
This is why I let people do what they do. I think it's really funny that people can't stand folk, but when it comes to joining up, honey, they are there, and they will forget all hurts and dignities done to them just to line up and be with somebody. And people let baby, I let people do that. I let people do that. And my thing is, I told them not to come over for a while. And because at the end of the day, I'm still gonna do what I need to do. Um,
Brian, he gonna be right back over here, Chad. You know that.
but if not, it's cool as well. It's not a yeah. I just I look at it differently, and I know people was getting upset. He getting triggered and Jay, and then he's talking about his mental stuff, and I'm like, go to a therapist though. And I think that's some of the problem too. I don't know why you think you're going to get empathy or sympathy from these people because on YouTube in this B sector, you're not. You're not going to get anything. You may. So when he was sick, some people said he was faking for some cash app. See, again, you're never going to please the people here because out of all of your doing, out of all of your honesty, these people will just put crap, I want to say the word, in your face and make you smell it. And this is why I'm like, if you're really trying to help or trying to get your situation in a sense where, you can be stable, the beef sector is not the place to do it. It's not the place to do it. You don't share certain things in this sector. You don't. Because again, people will bring it up. My thing is I continue to say get a good therapist. Go talk to him or her who's bound to be confidential in your situation. That's what I'm saying. And I've been telling them. But people owe you nothing on this beef sector. They don't owe you sympathy. They don't owe you empathy. They don't owe you anything. Even when I click on links, I tell people I'm not protected. Okay, if somebody want to cuss me out, they can cuss me out. And I'm not going to be mad at the host because at the end of the day, I made that decision. So my thing is people talking about take accountability. Just know when you click on a link or you do anything like that, baby, it's up to the person. I'm just being real. And again, 1099s, subcontractors. And I'm going to be honest, you all. I try to give sound suggestions to people. And I don't think anything I told him as far as his mental health and stuff is not sound. But at the end of the day, I'm not a pastor on the internet. Okay, I'm not a therapist, and I think people want to make you something, and I'm like, no, I'm here to entertain. I'm here to do my show, if nothing else. And I've always been upfront and straight about that. I'm here to do my show, good, bad, ugly. No matter how you feel about me the next day or this day, I'm here to do my show. That's it. That's why I don't take things personal. That's why I don't take people personally. That's why I can sit back in the cut and chill because I don't take it personally. Some people really do. And I'm telling you, I'm not gonna wreck my peace and my mental health because people got issues. And I let people have those issues. So
Well, it
that's how
just
I feel,
certain
Rodney.
it's just certain platforms I just don't go to anymore, Jay Wilson, because uh once I find out that you and what I'm trying to say is um not only that I find myself being attacked on those platforms, but the host, the owner of the platforms just really just didn't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
so it's just certain platforms that I just don't go to anymore. So um, but yeah,
And I'm with
that's
you.
all I gotta say. That's all I
I'm
gotta say
sorry,
on that.
I'm eating my burrito. And baby, I'm in this traffic. This traffic is stuck. I don't know what happened. Maybe they had an accident, but baby, this traffic is going real slow. But Rodney, I think that's the difference with me as well. I'm not getting all the news and all this stuff because some people's platforms I don't go to. And let me say this: unless somebody hit me up to say you might need to get this platform, this is what's going on, baby, I might miss it because I'm really not willing to go through all. It's almost like going to a discount store and you got to go through the bins to get stuff. And it's like, I don't got time for that. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Just lay it out right here, then and there, boom, 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 and let's go. I mean, but I don't have time to be digging through bins and stuff. And I don't have time for that. Oh, somebody had an accident. Golly, how you gonna stop
These folks
interstate?
can't drive.
Okay,
These folks cannot drive.
somebody said, I know you saw those wild animals waiting on you up there. No, I didn't. I didn't. Y'all don't understand. All I heard was I became untriggered or became triggered. And I went up there to address that. Notice I didn't address anybody else. And once I was done and once I said what I said, I left. I left. And so anything that was said before or after, I really didn't hear. I just heard that point, and I just want people to know, baby, I'm not triggered. I said what I said, and I meant what I said, and that's it. And whether you like it or not,
And
maybe you don't understand it. But again, indirectly, he's talking about everybody who is gay, even though he tries to put it on him, saying, "I'm just talking about me and my situation." Well, you're a gay man, and you hate your gay, and so my thing is, I'm sorry that you hate your gay, but when you start calling it demonic, then we got a problem. Just say, "I hate my gay. I hate because of this, this, and the third." Okay, but when you putting a label on it, demonic and so on and so forth, then I'm here for it. Period.
wow. Wow.
And let me say this: Olivia and Kwani, I know they sit and drag, but again, look at them. Is that something that I need to be worried or concerned about because they don't like me? Baby, they never did.
Both of
They
them
don't
pop
like
bipolar.
baby,
Quantity turned on
baby,
me.
baby. They don't like gay people, so it doesn't come as a surprise to me. And
Right.
like I said, Kwani got mental situations going on. I mean, and then a child, anytime you sit on the toilet smoking a cigarette and listening to YouTube, it just tells me where your priorities are. So I don't care,
Right.
baby. I don't care about them ladies. See, you gotta care. And one thing I'm really gonna say to y'all is I really don't. And it's not being arrogant. It's not being narcissistic. It's about knowing YouTube and people want you to care. And I'm sorry, I don't. I don't. I come on here, I do my show, whether people like me or not. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So
honey, I
but
feel
but
out with
I
a
tell you what, nobody didn't say anything to me when I got up there, and when I left on my own volition. And I will say another thing too: nobody will come on my platform and cut up. So whatever they do, and I want y'all to get this: whatever they do on their platform or anybody else's platform, that's their business. But when you come on this platform, I'm gonna get the respect that's due, and I give you the respect as well. But what you're not gonna do is think you're gonna talk to me crazy, and it's gonna be all right. No, I know
right.
Jay. Look, I know Spill It Boy. I know Spill It Boy well enough to know. I know these people too. I know these people. So come on, I done been in the beef sector with these people for almost over 5, 6 years. I know these people. Okay, you gonna let me in or what? I can't say thank you. I appreciate it. So I know these people, y'all. It ain't like we popped up and I'm just starting to know them. No, I know they work. So I mean, I'm not pressed by it. And again, I'm not the one talking about something. I'm leaving YouTube and all of this and the child. I'm not the one because again, had they followed the suggestion that I gave them to know that YouTube is an entertainment apparatus and you don't take this stuff seriously, yeah. So anyway, it is what it is.
Right. Well, a few people fell out with me because they feel like be backpedaling and pussy popping as they say, and I don't care because you can't satisfy everybody on this application. So, as long as I got the majority that I satisfy or whatever, then that's fine. And even if not, then that's okay as well.
Yeah,
But
and I know a lot of people were very upset with the Bron situation. So all I can say is by and by, by and by. I did what I did for a reason. I was very stern and popped back like I did for a reason. And my thing is this: if you're going through all of that trauma, then do yourself a favor and get some counseling. If you really want that that family with that white picket fence because being gay is demonic, then go to one of them people that can help you do something about that. I mean, that's all I'm saying. But people talking about something. It's my process. You don't want to do nothing. You don't want to do nothing. You want to stay right there because it's comfortable, and it is what it
Let
is. And if that's the case, that is what it is.
let's say if Brian do start a family with a woman and stuff like that, I don't think he's gonna be completely happy because that gay desire is always gonna be in him. You see what I'm saying? I believe that.
Well, they have the belief that you
That
can pray the
desire,
gay away. They have the
no,
belief
no.
that that's a choice. As long as you think that you got a problem, because even if you have, look, I know people right now have been married and they divorced their wife as soon as the kids got old enough and went off to college because that's not what they wanted, and their life was miserable. And the sad part about it, in the end, the woman gets hurt. The woman is the one who gets hurt
Oh yeah, yes
because
it be. They got off on that last night. Ooh, they got off. I was watching the replay. I was like, oh baby, they getting off on that. I bet it was a lot of people playing with their privates getting off on that, honey. I just shook my head, honey. I just said, baby, look here.
But you know what? Number one, I didn't hear it. And number two, I'm not going to hear it. And number three, it is what it is. You can say whatever you want about me. But at the end of the day, you know, do what you got to do. And in the end, the woman always suffers for that. And I can understand why black women get pissed off. But who they need to get pissed off with is some of these churches that push and advocate, you know, go on get married to him. He's a good man, and y'all help each other out. It ain't no help each other out. No, it ain't no fight back. Let me tell you something, Coffee Bean. Some people really want that. Some
Why
people
you
really
not
want that.
striking
Let me,
listen
let me see this.
tofu channel?
Let me say
Keep
this. Some people
playing.
really want that. What you talking about?
Oh, I was reading Coffee Beans you know, comment.
Yeah, but Coffee Bean, some people really want that. And, I give it how I give it. But in this season, mm-mm. I pick and choose. I pick and choose.
Wait a
But,
minute, who's
but
playing the church? Who is missing? Oh, me. You know what? That he's a sick puppy. He really is.
who you talking about?
It's something wrong with that motherfucker. King Roman. It's something wrong with him.
Child, I
I
ignore
mean,
that boy. That boy has problems, honey. He
yeah,
has
he
really big
studied.
problems.
He always attack you unprovoked and unwarranted for some reason. I don't know
That,
what
but
it.
that, but
I don't.
again, that's an issue, and it is what it
Something is
is.
wrong with him.
It is what it is. But I just look at it
He
and
up.
bye bye.
He just obsessed with you for some reason. I don't know what his goddamn problem is.
Mhm. It is what it is. I mean, I guess I'm supposed to feel some kind of way. It is what it
Right.
is. I play, I do my duty, and I come on home. But I guess I'm supposed to feel some kind of way because he's doing that. Okay, whatever. But again, you all, and again, that's where I go. Maybe these people are
And
pressed.
he's the very one that had his goddamn mouth stuck out when they doxed his ass and he was all upset in the uproar about it. But look what he's doing, child. Please.
Yeah, that's why I look at these people. But it's a problem, and their problems are not mine. And that's what I'm trying to tell you, Coffee Bean. It's no need for me to go cuss people out. Baby, they live
Right.
off of that. They thrive off of that. It's like that's what they want. It's like they're used to verbal abuse, and it's like they love it. And my thing is, at the end of the day, you the one who looking silly, not me.
Something is actually wrong with that motherfucker. Something is actually wrong with him. It's some type of mental problem, mental illness. You keep attacking a man that's not even attacking you, and you keep posting, where he attend church and all that. Something is wrong with that motherfucker. Something
Well,
is
anyway,
seriously
Rodney,
wrong.
I just he is who he is. And my thing is, I'm chilling. Hopefully, he's hearing some of the word, and some of it is penetrating and getting to him. But I ignore him as well. He's another one who has
Yeah,
some.
just ignore Jay Wilson. He ain't,
No,
you don't
yeah,
even
he
really
got.
go, you don't go over there no damn way. So, so head
Maybe I
dust.
don't go over there,
I don't go over there either.
and I don't know what he's doing. You know,
Cause
I
once
see
I'm
how
through
he.
with a person, that's it. You off my list. That's
Yeah.
it.
So anyway,
I don't have no reason to go back. I don't.
yeah. Anyway, it is what it is, and yeah, yeah. I mean, people really take it personally, and I sit there and laugh because again, this is what I'm saying. Y'all get on the beef sector and y'all really take stuff personally, and I'm like, okay, but I'm here to do a show. And that's it. Now, as far as Brian is concerned, I don't have a problem with Brian, but again, I will say what I said. And if you bring that up again, I will always come to that point where whether it's you talking about yourself personally or other people, I think your speech and the way you say things can be problematic. You know, if you don't like being gay because you feel some kind of way and it goes against your religion,
Love Stone Gold. Good morning.
man, come on, don't be coming out here. What the hell is wrong with you? Child, he on that stuff. I'm driving down the street, he walking all in the street. My God, today.
So all right, somebody ain't gonna curry, gonna hit him.
My God, look, I blew the horn. My goodness. You know, itsy bitsy, that's what it is. And you just gotta really know what these people are about. And I'm not mad at them. I'm not mad at big. They that's what they want from you. So I ain't worried about it. And if it gets to the point where it's out of hand, I handle it behind the scenes, and I
Just
don't
the
have to
thought
say
going over
anything.
there makes me sick now. It just makes me sick in my stomach. Just the thought of going over there. Like I say, once you did that shit to me and turned on me and all that. Once we fell out, I don't have no reason to go over there, see what you got to say and all that. Oh, well, he said this. I don't give a damn. I done already cussed him out several times.
Well, I don't
I done
even do
already
that. I
cussed his
just
ass
tell,
out. So it's
yeah,
getting old now.
I just tell people don't even bring it up to me. I said because again, that's why priority alert is blocked because I'm like, baby, I don't need you to tell me when somebody talking about me. If I really
Right.
wanted to know, I can go find out for myself. My thing is I'm not over there because I really don't care. And at the end of the day, if you want to put out the fire, you close the door to the oven so it'll suffocate. So my thing is why I'm going to continue to fan the fire to that mess. Even with this Brian situation, I'm done with it. I mean what I say though when it comes to that. So it is what it is. And I'm not upset. I'm not drinking my coffee. So it is what it is. Mm, 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 mm.
Right. And then cussing out, continue cussing them out and firing up like that. That shit gets old. That shit
My
gets
thing is
old.
this though.
It gets old.
Look. I got a thing. I got places, and I got a thing for places. I'm not gonna sit here and continue to argue with people. And that's another thing too. I'm like, you get tired of it, and it does get old. The same old reads, the same old stuff, and I'm like, whatever. And you just move on from it. You know, you just move on from it. And so, at the end of the day, no love lost, and none of that. No love lost. It is what it is. Right, bro, Jay. I don't think he was coming for gay community. His issues is with him. Phoebe, it is with himself. And just say it's with myself. But when you up here saying I'm gay and I'm demonic, then that has bigger implications. And that's all I'm gonna say with that because those are your issues. And my thing is just say I'm having issues with it. And my thing also too is some of this dogma is not good. Some of this dogma is not good for people. It really isn't. And I think some of this religion, not scripture itself, I think some of this religion is terrible when it comes to people's lives. This is why we're seeing kids get kicked out of their homes for being gay or trans, and this is why a lot of those houses were started because parents were kicking their kids out of their homes. And my thing is this, that's my child. You want to protect your child. You want to make sure that you do everything you can to help your child along. And all I'm saying is Yeah, it's a bitsy. I don't know, but maybe they think that that's a power move. I guess now, like I said, if somebody start calling fraternity members, that would be a problem. But I don't play those games. I don't play like that. But to each his own. I don't know why, and long as he keep it legal, that's all I can say. When it gets illegal, then that becomes a problem. And I just tell people, watch it. You get to a point where you do some things and you'll find yourself, you know, answering for it. So it is what it is. But I really don't watch him, so I really don't know what's going on. I don't correspond with him, so yeah. Oh, so that's what it is because I'm not cursing people out and doing all of this stuff. He thinks I'm weak. Okay. All right. Well, all right. Okay. All right. I mean, I'm just
Yeah,
listening. I just think it's funny because again, I'm looking at these moves and I'm like, this is Jupiter now. I mean, but it you ain't no preacher. Well, now I'm at a church. Now we got a problem. I mean, it's really funny because they try to deny stuff, and then when they find out that, oh, this person really does something, then it becomes an issue. I just laugh. I mean, like I said, I don't have to lie about who I am. I just show up and do it.
mm.
You ain't no chaplain. I still am, and I still work PRN, and I do what I gotta do. Baby, this is YouTube. This is entertainment. It has nothing to do with me when I get off of YouTube. I mean,
Now they
I
want
don't
to say
know.
what you're not. I guess.
Hmm. Hmm. And I guess it bothers people because, you know, that's all I can, like something happened like when I was on Treasure Lane. I said nothing about my house. I said nothing about my car. And Brian brought all of that stuff up. And I'm like, okay, that's really you. That's really you. I don't bring that up. That's really you. And that's how you really feel. And I think that you need to work on that because those are your feelings. I never said anything to you about XYZ. And all you got to do is really listen to people in anger and they will tell you. And I'm like, okay. So I told you in anger that, you calling yourself demonic because you gay has a big implication on all people because, you're inferring that you don't like being gay and it's demonic. Well, you put that on everybody, even though you're saying that's you. And I'm just being real about it. And some people don't see it that way, but I look at it that way. And I think it's an indirect situation. And my thing is, if you feel that way, go get therapy, go get help.
Mm.
Mm. But y'all,
I
I'm not.
guess. Well,
I'm not upset, but get upset for what? It goes to show you where these people are. And like I said, back in the day, I would probably do something like that because YouTube again was the wild, wild west. But you learn and you evolve from some certain things. You know what I'm saying? You really do. And so I think that some of these people are where we were when we just started it, and I guess that's where they are now. And I'm way beyond that. I'm way beyond that. And my thing is, it says a lot that you would watch me on a daily to even know what I'm doing. Because I definitely don't watch that individual. So, yeah. What's up, Sassy? What's up? But anyway, it's all good. It's all good. So it'll probably be on today.
right.
I don't know what we gonna sing today. We got to get this together. I'm like, what are we gonna sing today? Because we had a fume, so I don't know what we gonna sing today. So I hopefully everybody come because it's a small group.
Hey, Sassy.
It's a small church, and so it is what it is, and I do my part to help out. I'm not obligated to anybody. I can go wherever I want to. I do that because they asked me to do it, and I'm here. So it is what it is because I really don't play like that. I used to just if a church needed somebody because somebody had to go to the hospital or something happened, I would fill in. But I've been helping these people in the church, and my thing is, it's a radically inclusive church. So yeah, you have people who are gay. there, and I'm happy to be serving. See, this is why I'm looking at people and I'm laughing because they was like, "Oh, you was no, baby. I've been playing for this church since I've probably been in San Antonio." So this is why I laugh when people say, "Oh, you didn't want to be out, child." By I laugh. You was 50, child. No, I done had one, two, probably about five partners, serious, 4 or 5 serious partners since my 20s. So I don't know what these people are talking about, but I don't get caught up in that. I don't get mad because of that because I know, and when you do, you don't have to get mad about it. What's up, Locked and Lovely? Y'all, I'm just chit chatting with Rodney. We just talking about all of this stuff, and I know a lot of people are not happy with my performance, but sometimes you got to play the bad guy, I guess. And I don't even think it's the bad guy. I'm just, you know what? I'm just on principle. That's what it is. I guess I'm on principle and I'm not going to move from that position and I'm unwavering and it pisses people off because, they're like, look at Jay Wilson so stubborn and da 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 da. And he picking at this boy and da 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 child. And I bring up those points that this man done did a hell of a lot of stuff to a lot of people. And all of a sudden now, oh, he's the victim child. He's done got through this and he done went through this. Okay, get therapy. And I'm just being real. I mean, I don't want the man to harm himself or do anything, but get therapy, get help. Or if it's being too much for you, get off of YouTube and take a little break. hmm Those are my thoughts. Okay, coffee beans. What did she say? Coffee beans. It's interesting. And let me say this: it's YouTube. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Everybody is entitled to their feelings. And like I said, that's why people have their platforms. You don't hear me crying because somebody said something derogatory or negative about me. And that's the new thing. I don't have time to be fighting child and every time somebody say something about you, here you are cussing and screaming and I don't got time.
Okay. Exactly.
Itsy bitsy. You know, I understand what you're saying, but what you all are not getting is this. Say that this is my thing and this is my deal. But when you say it's demonic and all of this stuff, you're talking about the whole group. You don't like because you're gay. And you're saying that because of this, that it's demonic. And my thing is indirectly, you're saying all people who are gay are demonic, even though it's just that because people, I mean, people, so I have a partner and, and we do things together and we're a partnership. You know what I'm saying? So is that demonic? And what I do and all of this is demonic. And so I understand that it's about himself, but it's bigger than himself. And that's what I'm saying. It's bigger than himself. It's bigger than himself. Technically, he's saying I'm gay and I'm demonic. And again, I go back. Maybe the things that were said to you were demonic. Maybe how you were treated was demonic. Those things. But being gay is not being demonic. Even though he was pointing to him, it has larger implications. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's almost like somebody saying, I'm talking about Rodney gayness, and he the one who I'm talking about. I'm not talking about all gays. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. It's Rodney today, but you'll be fighting with somebody calling them the yag word tomorrow, and it'll go on and on and on because that's how you really, really, really feel. And I look at people. I'm like, girl, you really don't like gay people or X Y Z, and so yeah, yeah. And you don't have to look at it that way. And I understand that some people don't, but I don't think you can compartmentalize that. I think it has bigger implications. And it could have been, what, I'm struggling with my sexuality and I think is wrong. It's my belief and I would have been all right. But you're talking about it's demonic and all of this. And again, growing up in church, baby, you heard that and they wanted to pray, and it's really interesting because I knew people in church. I knew deacons who was sleeping with folk, getting folk pregnant, and I'm like, well, ain't that demonic? But yet you have two men who are grown in a relationship and people were freaking out. And I'm like, wait a minute, this man is married and he just got this person pregnant. Y'all don't think that's demonic? And I just look at it and I'm like, okay, see, this is what I'm saying. So I look at things and I observe, but I think it has bigger implications. hmm A whole bunch of people. I mean, even with the Lemon and the Shakim thing, I just sit back and watch. You know, I just sit back and watch because something has been told that, hey, if you're gay, this, and the third. What Malik said to Lemon, and like I said, y'all, I'm not pro Lemon, but what Malik said was like, are you serious, Malik? That in the hood, a snitch and and he said the whole word out, a yagging. And then I'm like, dude, your wife, they said was on back page, and they said you done had you done stepped out your marriage, and then she was getting ready to go pill popping in Las Vegas, and you upset or concerned about Lemon's sexuality. We don't even know if he slept with somebody yet, but you concerned about his sexuality? I think that's crazy. And I didn't have a problem with Malik. I still don't, but I just thought that was really, really interesting that he would say that. And I'm like, interesting. But yet these people are allowed to do this, and just because you love a man, that don't mean you ain't a man. And I think we've gotten that to the point as well, because I am a gay man who takes care of business, and even in his challenges, don't have to come and ask somebody. I ain't never. Let me tell you something. The last time I stayed with my mama, I graduated from college. I haven't stayed with I've always had my own place and a car and insurance and a driver's license. It's almost foreign to me that people don't even keep up their insurance and their registration on the cars. I don't know anything like that because I've always taught to be responsible and to do X, Y, Z. You know what I'm saying? So I am just floored that these people want to base manhood on screwing a female, because that don't make you a man. All these people having these babies and ain't taking care of them, that doesn't make you a man. Are you responsible? That's my biggest thing. And again, I look at Jess Krista. Well, Jess Krista did. I guess you ain't a real woman because you was falling for a gay man. I don't know. But again, I'm looking at this person, and y'all, these people got issues, and this is why I think I'm gonna put myself out of business when it comes to the beef sector, because I'm like you, Rodney. I just don't frequent these pages anymore and these people anymore because it's cuckoo. It's cuckoo. It's crazy. It's cat pee out there. And like I said, I'm good. So I sit there and listen. But Rodney, what you think? I mean, Rodney, am I justified? Am I looking at it too deeply, Rodney? Okay, am I looking at it too deeply?
No, not that I. No, not really.
No, I'm just being real. I don't have a
Hmm.
problem with you struggling with your sexuality. Just say I'm struggling with my sexuality. But when you put a demon label on something, then you put it on everybody. And even though you meant it for yourself, you're having problems with being gay. But when you say it's demonic, then you're saying that people's relationship, their long tenured relationships are demonic and da 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 demonic. And again, some people will challenge you on that. And that's all I'm saying. They'll challenge you on that. That's why I kept on saying, when did the demon come? When were you aware of this demon? Was this demon with you since birth? I mean, when did you know this? Obviously, Brian's been gay for a long time. If your brother calling you the F word when you were 11 years old, That means you were in elementary school, and I'm sure that he probably said some things before that time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he never had a desire for a woman even in elementary school and beyond. So, I'm not trying to beat the brother up, but you got a lot of work to do. If you going to switch over to women, I'm just saying. And I just listen to it and I'm like, it's like, okay, not to say that it's not
Not a,
impossible. I'm not saying it ain't impossible, but I'm like, child, you got a long mountain to cross and to climb.
I
Yeah,
don't
baby,
think
you
that's
got
gonna
a
last long if you do that.
you got a serious learning curve. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
No,
that's
then
why it's a bit. That's why it's a bit. See, because a lot of people aren't. So a lot of people don't have to go through a whole lot of stuff that gay people have. I've been blessed that I didn't have a lot of traumatic experience of being gay. I really
I
didn't.
did.
But I didn't. And everybody is different. So I didn't get beat up and nobody called me this and so on and so forth. I don't know because I had a talent, I could sing, so on and so forth. I guess if people said something about me, it was behind my back. Also, I dated females in high school. So I really didn't have that problem. It really became pronounced as well. And y'all, I didn't have experience in college because in college I just put my head to the grind, and just graduated. That's my thing. It was like I said in my early 20s, and yeah, and like I said, once my family was good, baby, I was good. I didn't care. So everybody has different um, experiences. They really do, but I think it's deep. It's just like saying I don't like being this, and this demonic. I mean, yeah.
Right. Child.
What they said.
Not not gay is demonic, child. I guess. Well,
Somebody said,
I'm a
I
if
think somebody said it's hypocritical, especially when you are constantly acting on it, hooking up off apps. Well, like I said, everybody is different, baby. And that's another thing. I'm like, it's demonic and you want to get away from it. But you're right, Jay Thomas. You travel 2 hours and 36 minutes to do that. I mean, look. It's gonna be a long curve. That's all I'm gonna say. And then got lost, Jesus. I'm like, my God, today. I mean, and like I said, I don't have a problem with it. But my thing is, somebody said, well, what he said and why it hit is he said that homosexuality is demonic spirit. Again, so that's the thing. That's the thing. That is the thing. And like I said, then he said, well, you try to twist the word. No, I don't try to twist the word. You know, and, and the reason why I can speak to this the way I do is because I come out of fundamental churches where they feel the same way. So I know what they do. I know how they manipulate. I know how they do things and make people feel uncomfortable and unworthy. I know. Now, let me say this: they will use your talent, as long as you keep your mouth shut.
Jay Wilson, I'll be
Okay,
back up now. I need to step down real quick, okay?
all right,
All
not a
right.
problem. Long as they can use your talent, they don't care. That's why I didn't have a lot of big issues at church because I really didn't say too much. I just played. As long as they can use your talents. I mean, they good. As long as they can use your talents. And so, but I've seen it. I've seen it. And then I said, well, I really want to learn for myself. And one thing I don't do is try to do something to justify an action. This is why I don't go look at scripture in the lens of Kojic or in the lens of Baptist or in the lens of Methodist. I look at scripture as it is written without the denominational slant to it. I try to really push off those biases and see what original language and things are saying. And then that's how I come up with the uh, conclusion of what is and what isn't. So I just don't read a scripture and say, oh, that's it, because that scripture said this. No, let me look into this and dive into a little deeper into what this scripture is saying. And people aren't willing to do that. I don't go in. One thing I learned in grad school and finishing up that doctoral program, baby, the evidence has to lead everything, and you can't skew the evidence. If you skew the evidence, then the paper or the hypothesis is invalid. You have to let it say what it says. And we were also taught that if you come up with a hypothesis and that hypothesis is not true, then that's still learning. That means that, what you thought wasn't true and you go on to the next thing. So I was willing to say, okay, yeah. So even looking at homosexuality in scripture and what people have said, I'm like, it didn't say this. It didn't say this as well as this. And so, again, it's about language, it's about history, it's about knowing how these people lived at that time, what they knew, what they did not know, and that's it. But I'm gonna tell you what, I get in trouble because, like I tell these people, I believe the Bible is inspirational, but I don't believe it's infallible because there are a lot of mistakes in the Bible. Now, God don't make no mistakes, but man does, and even in his quest to be perfect, he's always gonna fall short, and that's the reason Jesus had to come in the first place. Because I don't care how great we think we are. The Bible says our righteousness is like filthy rags before God. So even the best Christians' righteousness is like filthy rags. And this is why Jesus had to come. I mean, in the Christian context. So I don't know why people try to play this role that their salvation or their walk is so much better than somebody else's, when the bottom line is it's by the blood and it's by the covering of Christ that you can even approach the Father or God. And we don't get that. But when you don't know that, then you can have people letting you think that you got to go through the bishop or all of this. And this is why I think that reading scripture in context and really getting out of these dogmas and doctrines, but really reading the scripture in context will set a lot of people free. Because a lot of these churches have put people in bondage, some of them knowingly, and a lot of them unknowingly, because that's what they've been taught, and no one has ever challenged because you didn't challenge. So that's how I feel about it. Mm. Joe B, Mr. Long-Winded, exactly. Exactly. That's the argument. That's the premise. And that's a logical argument. What he said, what he said and why it hit is he said that homosexuality is a demonic spirit. So it turns that means that you're saying whomever is gay possesses a demonic spirit. It's just that simple. And people are like, Jay, he just talking about him. He just talking about him. Okay, moving right along. He can marry a woman and then cheat with a man. He wasn't getting it, and they couldn't get past the point. It triggered Jay, and it was up and stuck. Joe, I don't think it was so much as triggering. I think that people, Joe, what you said is like people didn't get that. They didn't get that point, and I think that's the thing. People didn't get that, and he was saying, well, it was just me. It's me. You can't speak from my experience. No, you're gay. And that's what you said. And this is why I'm saying what I said. And Joe, you have summed it up correctly. And so people saying that you're getting triggered. No, I am telling you that this is what you're saying about 40 million people. 40 million people. So straight people ain't demonic either because they do stuff. And again, it gets to all of this stuff and it goes on. That alone should let y'all know Brian is trolling or really needs help. Don't ask, don't tell mentality true. It also, the people on here talk about gays with such disdain, but their lives are shambles, aka, child, don't get me started, Jay. I'm going to leave it alone. They use topical and not exegetical. Smart show. Smart show. Mm-hmm. I'm reading y'all comments. We have read the Bible and we know what God said. No, you better watch out. There's a special place. Mind your business. If that's your doctrine, that's you. I'm so glad that your conviction is not mine. And I'm glad that I can read the word for myself and not have this group think. And that's what I gotta say about that. Because a lot of y'all gonna bust it right wide open. Worried about other folk. But again, um, baby, people have all come short of the glory of God. And again, your righteousness is no better than anybody else. It's the blood. And that's all I got to say. And if people are under the blood, baby, you don't have nothing to say about it. That's what I got to say. So you better let the wheat grow with the tare and let God do the separating and work out your own soul salvation with fear and trembling. That's what I got to say. And see, this is why I can deal with church people because I know half of them don't even know the word. They know how to recite, they know how to quote, but when it comes to actually, no, they don't. And this is why I can say that. So mind your business. You ain't no saved or righteous than anybody else, and it's only by the blood that you saved. And my thing is work out your own soul salvation with fear and trembling. I'm good. I get your intrinsic storyline. So all you have to do is be straight, and you're going to heaven. Ain't that it? Jay, they do. They do. They do, Jay. And that's why I'm not that's why I'm not, and again, I have grown up in Kojic and these Baptist churches, but especially Kojic and these Pentecostal people, and they struggling and their husband is beating the hell out of them, and they and but yet, baby, they want to look at everybody else. And I just feel sorry for people because it's a group thing. Even how people dress. If you don't dress a certain way, you ain't saved. If you cut your hair too short, you ain't saved. I mean, it's like y'all putting laws on things that Jesus didn't even put laws on. I think the book is liberating if you know it in context. Is when people don't have the context. And I think there's a lot of people who don't have the context of the book. And this is why they are in the state that they're in. So y'all, it is what it is. I don't sit there and argue with people anymore. I let people do what they want to do, and I keep on moving. And I know that to even be a person of faith and same gender loving is a problem for some people because again, yeah, that's what they feel. So it is what it is. All I'm going to say is you better read that word for yourself and get a good understanding. And I know people don't like the seminary thing, but you know what? I find out that people don't want folk to go to seminary because they may learn some truth and they may lose their power over people because a lot of this stuff is about power. And if I can control you, then I can control the narrative. But when you thinking for yourself now, I can't control you. And I have known preachers to get mad because, again, they're teaching this, but then the opposing hit, they don't like that. So it is what it is. But I really think that that subscriber hit it on the head. And Joe be long winded. Joe be long winded. That's the bottom line. Joe be long winded. That's the bottom line right there. And that's the thing. And people are getting all caught up, and you picking on him, and no, and that's why I asked. So when did the demonic spirit get to you? When did you know you had this demonic spirit? How did this demonic spirit appear to you? Because I really wanted to know. And then my thing is, when I got to the mama thing, it got real quiet. But my thing is, okay, well, is your mom a lesbian? Not saying that the lady is a lesbian, but my thing is, well, how did she have two kids who gay? Was it in the bloodline? I'm just asking, was it in the bloodline? So somebody could even start blaming your mama. Now, I'm not saying that lady had anything to do with you and your sister being gay. But how they pointing the finger at you, somebody could easily point the finger at them and say, hey, you had these gay children. So if you got gay children, obviously you gay, which is not a valid argument, but that's the argument that people make it. And I'm like, okay, so again, if that demon was on you, then did it come through the bloodline? See, this is what people don't see, and then they get mad. Oh, you talking about hit my? No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm making a point, and people got mad because I said that. But yeah, maybe you gay because you gay. How about that? And if it was a choice, then why you, child? Anyway, this is where the foolishness comes in. Because now, and can I say something too? Can I say you can get the Bible and make anything you want to? Because a lot of people will say, well, he was born this way, and that's why Jesus was like, well, was it his parents who sinned? Okay, because he had to get with the Pharisees with that legal mess. And it got real deep. Where did the demon come from? When did you notice that there was a demon? Explain a gay demon. Explain a gay demon. Okay? I mean, exactly. But I don't believe that. And if it's the case, then it's only for a generational period. But again, you can go with that because you can make that Bible anything you want to. This is why I choose to go to seminary, so I can make it what it really is and not play with this thing. But that was the whole deal. That was the whole deal. So when did this happen? And if you can be straight, then why are you waiting so long to be straight? If you can be straight, just go ahead and be straight now. Yeah, I've heard about that movie. Child, I don't torment anybody for my personal pleasure. But my thing is this: if you know YouTube ain't healthy for you, then just take your ass and log off. That's the whole thing. But my thing is this: I think JB Long-winded wrapped it up, and I think JB Winded is exactly right. And this is, let me go back to JB Winded, because I think JB Winded, he wrapped it up. It is, and what he said. Hold on, let me find the other one. Let me find the first one. That's what he said. So in turn, that means that you're saying whomever is gay possesses a demonic spirit. He wasn't getting it, and they couldn't get past that point. Now, I wasn't triggered by it, but I wasn't gonna let it go. I wasn't gonna let it go because I knew what was going on, and that's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. Well, Trezure, that's what we're saying. And Trezure, honey, that the girl said, honey, you shaded me down, honey. Ness came over and she said, ooh, Jay, you letting him shade you down like that, and XYZ and so on. And I said, Ness, you the last person to come over here and tell me something about Spill It Boy, because y'all don't even like each other. But I said, you know what? If there's an issue, I got a phone number. But girl, I'm scared of you, honey. I'm scared. I'm shaking in my boots. Anyway, and they said you set me up real good, real good. Child bye. Anyway, but JB Longwinded, you're right. I thought blasphemy of the Holy Spirit was the worst sin. Okay, I'm reading. Then somebody said, "Did you say Ness Giles? She came over here, honey. She came over here and she said, "Ooh, he shaded you," and da 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 da." I'm like, okay, I didn't hear the shade. Now she thought I heard the shade because I clicked on the link. I clicked on the link because what I did hear you say, and I wanted to straighten out. And and it wasn't really directed at Brian. To be honest, it was really directed to you, not Brian. What I wanted you to know is I wasn't triggered. What I wanted you to know that I was gonna hold my position. And what JB Long-Winded said is how I felt. It's how I felt because you said homosexuality is a demonic spirit. So that means 40 million people have a demonic spirit. And like I said, I want to know when that demonic spirit came about and when you knew you had that demonic spirit. And see, people weren't getting that. Oh, you're being mad at him, and no, And baby, when I'm passionate, I'm passionate. No, I'm not triggered because baby, if I was triggered, you would know when I was triggered. Oh, you would know when I'm triggered. That wasn't triggered. That was I'm holding my position, and I will still hold my position. I will still hold my position. Yeah, that's his pain and everything. But baby, I'm not triggered. I said what I said, and I meant what I said, and I hold that position, and I will hold that position today. You said that homosexuality is a demonic spirit, so I asked, when did that spirit come about? And then again, if it's a demonic spirit, that means your mama must have been a lesbian to have two gay kids. Now, does that make sense? No, because we'll get upset about that, won't we? See, I think people need to realize what they're saying. And that's why Is Your Mama a Lesbian came about. Not because I thought the woman was a lesbian, but my thing is, how can you have two gay kids? Is something wrong with you? And see, we don't want to go there either. But I don't think that's the case. That's my feeling. Oh yeah, she said she was gone. Child, she said she was gone, honey, and she wasn't coming back no more. Anyway, but look, I said what I said. Yeah, and like I said, you all, I know y'all want us to fight, but number one, let me say this: I know Treasure, and Treasure knows me. And like I said, if it's really that deep and I'm feeling some kind of way, I can get on the telephone and say, "Hey, what's going on?" Because I'm feeling some kind of way about this, and vice versa. I don't have that relationship with other YouTubers, with the exception of a few. So I know when people trying to do some mess. I know when people trying to stir it up. I know when people trying to stir it up. Ain't nobody scared of nobody. But what I'm not gonna give you is a Hunger Game situation because I know your words. And can I say this? I find it odd that he can go over to Mother's channel with all this he has for Mother. But see, when you're trying to get back at somebody, that's what you do. Child, let me go on. But I meant what I said. And I really want to thank Joe B. Long-Winded because at the end of the day, Joe B. Long-Winded just wrapped it all up. If you want to know how I really feel, go to JB Long-Winded in here and look what Joe B. Long-Winded said. And that's why I ain't going to let it go. That's why I ain't going to let it go. It's that simple. Okay? So anyway, y'all, I gotta go. And I will be talking to y'all later. Peace and love. Y'all have a good one. I'll be back later on. Y'all know when I come back on. Child, we know, and here go Brian right in here. But I meant what I said. And I think Joe B. Long-Winded said it all. You said it's a demonic spirit. And so my thing is, when did the spirit come in? And I meant what I said. And I ain't turning back. Nobody ain't trying to torment you, but I think sometimes you need to know what you're saying. So that's all I gotta say. That's all I really got to say. So, y'all have a good morning. I gotta go. I'll be back later on. Peace and love. I know about 50 million videos will be made after this, and that's great. So it'll give us content because what's been going on ain't been too hot. It's been real dry. But this content needs to be talked about though, because this explains a lot of stuff. And it goes to church stuff, it goes to family things, it goes to what people know. I think it's really big. No, I'm not gonna let it go. And I'm not triggered. But I think this is content that's worth talking about. That's what I think. And I'm not a gun. Last time I checked, I was a human, so I don't shoot bullets. Well, yes, I do, but yeah. But anyway, moving right along. Y'all be blessed. I'll see y'all in a couple of hours. Peace.